Are you bitches ready to rock? What's going on? It's me, the Blue Raspberry Gamer. We're here for another Digimon deck profile. Whoa. We were taking a break from deck profiles. We're so fucking back, dude. You probably just watched the Ghost profile. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you just clicked on this. But another Liberator Lady deck. Do I have, I like what I like in these decks. These big, stupid Liberator decks are so fun to play. And I think this is another one that can really catch people off guard. I think it's invest now, right? They announced like this. They announced this one was directly getting support, so I would get this shit before it spikes up like we've seen Puppet spike. But we're ready to rock and roll with the rocks and minerals, the Sunariza close deck. So starting off with our eggs, of course, we play 4 Tumblemon. He's the egg for the deck. When you trash this card from a mineral or rock, which I'm gonna be skipping. When you trash this card, because you're always trashing it from mineral rock, gain 1 memory. So yeah, you'll see. Right now, if you've never seen the deck, you're like, okay. But if you've seen the deck, you're like, yeah, this guy's the best guy. We're gonna be like looping this effect, just gaining so much memory. On to our all important level fours. We have the the Sunariza with the most. He's a rock mineral liberator. Or not a rock, I guess he's a mineral liberator. Whatever, dude. He searches top three. He's the classic Liberator Searcher. Search top three for a rock or mineral and a Liberator. And then his inherited, everybody's inherited is almost always, it's not always true, but they're almost always when when you trash this card, do something. And his is when you trash him, delete a opponent, play cost of 4 or less. Digimon. So, you know, that's pretty alright. He's a great searcher though, so you love him. You love to see him. Our next rookie, we're playing the newest. Oh, we got support in BT21. Oh, big support. 1 card. But we play him at 4 is this Sunariza. Same inherited effect, but the your turn's effect is when this Digimon would Digivolve into a guy with an archetype guy, reduce the cost by 1. So if you watch the Digimon deck profile before this or after, I don't know how I release these, but with Ghost, they got the same effect. It's just a cost reduction guy. So Liberators kind of get like a very like similar top end for all their cards for rookies, I feel like. And then the inherits are what change them up a lot. And then finally, we have my 4 alt arts, one of my greatest collections of 4 black border Gatsumon. You don't have to have the super sick border cards, but I just love Gatsumon. I think he's sick. That's just as a Digimon. As a card, he's fine in this deck. On deletion, trash 1 with archetype, and then draw 2, which is great. And then more importantly, I feel like for this deck, he gives blocker as an inherit. That's kind of what we like him for. With you used to play Gatsumon X also in this deck, but I feel like this new Sunariza is better, and then I kind of get rid of the need for that, and we just play 12 rookies and be done with it, right? We like that number. 12 is a very like consistent number, I feel like, for rookies in this game. It's what most decks run, so here we go. You're right. I bet you're kind of bored. You're like, oh, rock. What are we doing? We're not rocking anything yet, and we won't be until we get to. To be honest, you won't be until you get to level 6. This deck is a line deck. You get to your level 6 or you lose. But getting there, we need to, see our pieces going up. So our first level 4, Landramon. He is the when Digivolving play tamer. I want to play it close, so if there's a different tamer that's not close, not him, we're not playing that. And then when an effect trashes him, he does the Papa 4 cost. So great, because it's another deck that you want to see your tamers to be able to do shit. So then we have his promo version, Promo Landra, which is a really great card. It is just super strong. So start a main phase and when Digivolving by trashing 1 card with Mineral Rock from any of your Digimon's Digivolution cards. So any source you can trash. Reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Among them, add 1 Mineral Rock trait card to the hand, or place 1 at the bottom of this Digimon's Digivolution cards. Return the rest to the top or bottom of your deck. So, right? Holy shit. That's a lot. He searches, he trashes a card. Hopefully, you trash the egg, gain a memory. Crazy. And then he either reloads sources or adds to hand. And then on top of all that, when you trash this card, de-digivolve. Whoa. Whoa! Isn't that crazy? This deck likes to de-digivolve. You can load up a couple of these. I'll show you how later to do big de-digivolves, but it's great. And then our final champ to bring us to a nice 10 is the EX8 Golemon. Uh, I'd rather play something else, you know. Hopefully we get more support, but he's all right. On play, on deletion, de-digivolve, and he also gives inherit blocker, which is I feel like the better thing. We do like being able to block at the end sometimes, unless you're going for game, which maybe you just want to go for game. But having a blocker is nice. So I feel like the on deletion doesn't come up much. On play, you definitely don't want to be playing this guy. Right? I mean, there might be a scenario where you're on play, digivolve an ace, gain back memory, and continue your turn. But we're waiting for like another Landramon at this point. Boring level 5s, boring level 4s, except for cool sick promo. But our level 5s, most important level 5 in an old card you would need to dig out of the graves. This is from when I started playing. I started playing this game in the tail end of like the first format, and then or BT3 or whatever it was called, like 1.5, something like that. And then I started playing right around here, BT4. When I began, that was like my first box I bought was one BT4 box. You got these Gogmamons, whatever. Main Digiburst, which if you don't know what Digiburst is, yeah, you trash one of your Digivolution cards to activate an effect. And you can just do this infinity times as long as you have sources. One of your Digimon gets 2k until the end of your opponent's turn, and his inheritable is 1k. So he is just sick with it for this deck because one of the main problems with this deck is DP climbing, and you want to be strong because you could potentially like OTK. So he can trash sources and gain your memory, right? We're gaining memory. You're doing other shit, de-digivolve, whatever, and that's right. That's sick with it. That's what we want to be doing. So dig these cards out of your bulk or trash from BT4, and be on your way with it. But you do need 4 of him. He's like the most important level 5. He helps you get that DP. Helps you trash to trigger all your win trashed effects too. And then we have the actual level 4 or level 5 they want you to play, Pyramidimon. He has a lot of keywords. Collision, Piercing, Fragment, the new keyword in this deck. It'll be Fragment and then a number by it. He's Fragment 3. When this Digimon would be deleted, so just deleted, by trashing any 3 of its sources, it isn't. So it's a protection effect where it is a cost of sources, which is great for this deck because you want to be, getting them sources. But I feel like his thing is he's not the best to go into, right? Unless you're just going straight into the level, right? He doesn't. Gogmamon, Gogmamon is great by himself, and you can DP climb and maybe even swing over some big things. And if you're just going into him, you're kind of alright. This you wouldn't go in the back, maybe if you're digivolving up in the back, or if you're just digivolving and you can go right into the next guy. But he does also have the when this is trash de-digivolve. That's pretty good, but he's not your best level 5. And then we have one more level 5, the LM card, Cyberdramon Ace. He's pretty fun for this deck. This deck likes tamers, so what Cyberdramon Ace does, he's a ace card. So on play when digivolving, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Then you may play one black tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less from among them, which is all of them, and then return the rest to the top or bottom. So you're getting a nice look at your cards. So sometimes I've found I can just play him, and then if you have a tamer after you've done all that, you can de-digivolve 1. Then also, he's an ace with a inherited effect. He's a when attacking de-digivolve, which can also be very, very strong. But just the manipulation of your own cards to look at what you're coming up, because this is a get into level 6 or lose deck, right? So you want to be able to do that. He helps you manipulate those, helps you play tamers. He can de-digivolve. You can play him on top of your level 4s, right? So if you just do level 4, say you end a turn with move up, digivolve, play it close, and you choke your opponent 1. They try to swing, you digivolve over that level 4 with Cyberdramon Ace, maybe play another close, and you're golden at that point. And that's your level 5s. Now, here we go. Now we can start doing the deck, because we are at the level 6, the all important all-knowing, ever-present Pyramidimon. Pyramidimon, Fragment 3, so, he has that protection. When Digivolving, when attacking. Not once per turn, no limit to this. That's the important part. By trashing any 3 Digivolution cards from your Digimon. They have to be rock or mineral. This Digimon unsuspends and gains Sack +1. So, you can trash any Digivolution cards except for Cybermon Ace in this deck and unsuspend Sack +1. Then you get all those effects. Great. He'll unsuspend. So that's what you're going to be when we get to the closes. You're going to be seeing we can load back up sources. So you're hopefully having a lot of sources. You swing for 2 checks, unsuspend, swing for 3 checks, unsuspend, swing for game. But he is only 12k. The only DP boosting in the deck is Gagumon. That is the tragic flaw of the deck. And then, if that wasn't enough, just being able to swing for 5 checks, maybe in 1 turn, maybe 6, right? Maybe more. End of your turn, you can load up 3 Mineral Rock Trait Digimon from trash as this guy's bottom stack. So, right? You can be sick, load up all the stuff you've used so that he can become a blocker again. Maybe load up good sources that if they try to delete him, you'll get punished for that. Maybe probably load up the egg. He's so strong. And then our only other level 6 from the same set. Ooh, an Alt-Art Medieval Gallant. Medieval Gallant, he do be doing things. This deck needs some time, right? I feel like this deck you need to seal your pieces, you need to do everything. So kind of making your opponent deal with him and like buy you some time, or kind of clearing the board and getting ready for Pyramidi. He's very useful. He's great. I'm not going to read what he does. Everybody knows what Medieval Gallant does. He's just a busted, broken-ass card. And he helps any shitty deck like this. I wouldn't say this deck's shitty, but it's definitely a lower tier deck. He helps anything like this keep up. On to our tamers. We have 3 memory set or close. So she memory sets, and then, more importantly, when any of your Digimon Digivolve into a rock, right, a rock or mineral, you can load up 2 cards from trash. So I'm saying, like, so when you're Digivolving up, you're loading even more sources. If you have 2 of these, that's crazy. Like, she's so good, but not better than I think we're playing 4 of Promo Close. And as you can see, I'm a winner. I win locals sometimes. I do have a weird rule about these cards that unless I've won, I did win this card. Unless I've won a locals where they're giving these out, because we have a pretty like good size locals. Shout out to them, to those goobers gamers. I will not use them because I'm not. Losers can't use these. If you don't win and you aren't winning, you shouldn't be using these. That's my opinion. But after I win, I will like buy ones from that I just didn't pull. But this one I did pull myself, which is a badge of honor. She is a starter main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain a memory. Classic Liberator shit. And then all turns, when an effect trashes a Digivolution card from one of your guys, tap this, load it back up. So that's what I'm like. You trash this egg. Bloop. It trash. Close. Put it back. You're just constantly doing that. And if you have 4 of these, you win the game. You won't, but if you do, you're going crazy. Then to our options. 2 scrambles, because going into Big Boy is hard. So he does cost 4 to Digivolve, so making it cost effectively 3 with Scramble is very helpful. And then, all the other Scramble shit. You know what Scramble does. And if you don't, main one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a card with its Digivolution cost reduced by 3. Great. And then its delay. If your opponent has a Digimon, you can return one of your black Digimon cards from your trash to the top of your deck. Then, if you don't have any Digimon, you can play a Digimon card with 2,000 or less DP from your trash. So, just a great consistency card. Especially if your shit gets blown up and rocked, you can start rebuilding. But I find it more useful to go up for cheap, either into your level 5 or into Pyramidi. It's a very strong card. We're playing for defense training. Just we want to be training. We want to we want to search too. We want to digivolve for cheaper, right? We want this. You need to set up for this deck. I'm telling you, if you're raising before you're ready, that's like a huge. You might be fucked. Like you should ideally with this deck, you raise up one stack that's in like a level 4. You can kill it, and then your next stack will be you better be going for game, right? That better be the one that wins the game because you modern Digimon you don't have that much time, but you'll have enough. I would hope, right? So your second stack will usually be the one because you want to load up a couple pieces into trash, especially one egg to get like 2 eggs in trash, because then you can load up multiple eggs and gain multiple memory. But defense training, really, you need 4 of them. I would play 5 or 6 if I didn't think I'd be caught. And then our final card, 2 Garnet memory boost or red black memory boost. Red, black, red, black. There you go. That's the reason behind this. And gaining memory pretty good. But we want to be able to find him. I just it's this deck is so much fun. Like if you just have a Pyramidi with a stack underneath and then like some closes out, you kind of win. You just kind of load up you have all your guys, right? Your the theoretical perfect stack. You have just every line and then the egg. I guess the perfect stack would have a Gogwamon. Right? Imagine this world. Imagine this world where I like doing this a little bit, just showing you if you've never seen this deck what you're gonna be. Say you have no memory, right? You've like wasted all your memory. You're at 0. We don't have memory boost. Gogwamon. Technical difficulty, gamers. Right as I was explaining the super sick play, my camera crashed, but it's fine now. So as I was saying, say you have this Gogmon. You pitch Tumblemon, gain a memory. Tap close, tuck him back, pitch him again, gain another memory, gain the DP. Digivolve into Pyramidi, stack 2 sources, 2 more eggs, or whatever else you want to stack. You're going to be able to swing, pitch 3 guys, unsuspend, 2 checks, and then if you just have like one other Digimon on field that can attack and has a source, you swing, pitch one of that guy's sources, unsuspend for 3 checks, and then you swing that guy and you win. And if you don't, right, you've swung for a lot of checks. You can swing for 4 checks there without having the other unsuspend, and you'll be pretty set. Like, right, if they can't answer that, then because at the end of turn you'll be tapped, load up 3 sources, and then be off to the races if they can't delete you and deal with that. But yeah, this deck is sick, right? If you don't, it's like pretty cheap right now. If you don't want to play Medieval Gallant, you just cut him and play like 3 black memory boost. But the deck is super fun. I think it's got a lot of potential, especially depending on what they reveal and release eventually. I think it's EX9 or not EX9. EX9 is the next set. EX10 is the one I think where they said we're getting more Sunoriza cards, more Liberator cards. Because a level 7 would go really hard in this deck, I think. Better level 4s and 5s would... It's everything but Pyramid's sick, and every card's kind of alright. That's kind of the main problem with this deck. They're only kind of good. He is crazy, and everything else just kind of... If you don't see him, you're kind of fucked. But a new level 7 would be great, because when you ended turn on him, and you're like, okay, I wiped out a bunch of your security, do something, and then they try to, Digivolve into level 7 over him. Ace, baby. We would love that, but that's been rocks. Rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. So, next time we'll have more Digimon shit. EX9 is fastly approaching. I'll have a couple decks. I have a couple decks in mind that I'll be really wanting to play. So once I'll be able to get hands on those cards, I'll have those videos up. When they fully reveal EX9, I can review the set, give my thoughts on it there. Can't give you thoughts now. That'd be cheap, but yeah, for now, just keep your eyes out for more Digimon content. I've been the Blue Raspberry Gamer. You've been the watchers, the listeners, the chewers, the viewers, the spewers. But we will see you all next time. Make sure you like and comment to keep up to date with all my bullshit. Check out some of my gaming shit. Or not. You don't have to. You can just stay for the Digimon. I respect that. But again, thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.